Hello guys, this is the Betamax Man, and what you are seeing is a ton of Betamax tapes. Well, maybe not a ton, but there's quite a few tapes here. There's at least 2 dozen tapes. Now these beta tapes have been picked up within the last 2 months, so September and October of these. Actually August too, I think. Anyway, but it's like September and October Betamax pickups. I've got a couple more that are still going to be coming that are on the way. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these movies that I picked up. Now, what we're going to do is, because it being Halloween month and all, we're going to start with the scary ones first. So let's start with the horror movies that I've picked up within the last couple months. Now there might be 1 or 2 tapes in here that might have been picked up back in I think August, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and replay them. We're gonna re-show them. So we have one of my favorites here. We've got Friday the 13th. We're going to show you the side, the back. There's the tape. And Christine, which is about a possessed car, a car that is evil, that kills people. Classic, just a classic film. You cannot get any better than this. Alright, now we're not going to show, I probably won't show the tape itself, maybe, well, maybe I will. Because I do know that some of you like to see what the tape looks like, and I know some of you have commented that you do like the fact that I will tell you what brand of tape was used to put the movie that they used to put their stuff on. And you know, sometimes it's Scotch, sometimes it's Maxell, sometimes it's Sony, sometimes TDK. Okay, so this is a Sony cassette. Now, some of them will have the Sony logo on the back corner, and some don't. But this is in fact a Sony cassette. So now we know what that one is. And we'll try to do this one-handed here. And there we go. And we have Happy Birthday, Tom. This one is, I've got 2 copies of these. 2 tapes, 2 copies. And this one I bought by mistake. This one is on a Scotch cassette, which I'm not a fan of Scotch because Scotch wears out prematurely. They shed their oxide quite often. They just don't hold up to the test of time very well. And I think that Sony and TDK and Maxell there were a lot better manufacturers out there that they could have used. So we'll put Christine there. We'll put Friday the 13th. This video might be a little long, and I do apologize for it being long, but I've got several tapes to show you guys. And here we got Kingdom of the Spiders. And this one is very hard to find. This is a very rare cassette. You can find it on VHS all day long, but you cannot find this on beta. Like, I don't think there's any listings right now for this film. This has got William Shatner in it, which everybody knows who that is. He was Captain Kirk on the U.S. Enterprise. And there is the label. Why they chose to use a small label, I'm not sure. But some of the movie companies would use these small, short labels. Labels that didn't even fully cover the indentation on where a sticker should go. This is, I believe that this is exactly what this is. This is a BASF. So, BASF is the cassette used. So this is a German cassette. They made them in Germany. They're good quality tapes. The tapes are good quality, so it's almost as good as the Sony. Not quite. We have, this one's not really a horror film, but we're gonna add it in with the collection. But what is that? The Cassandra Crossing. You'll have to forgive me because I can't read. And this one's got O.J. Simpson in it, which is unusual. But this looks like a good movie. I forgot that I had this film. I think I'll watch this tonight when I get done doing this video. And this one is on a Max L cassette. And this one was put on by Magnetic Video, so unfortunately this is not going to be hi-fi stereo. This is recorded in mono. All of the, as far as to my knowledge, all of the Magnetic Video were just mono linear sound, because they put, this was before hi-fi. So Magnetic Video was one of the movie companies from the 70s and early 80s. But they didn't, I don't know how long they lasted. I don't think they lasted that long, but maybe they did. And we have the Creeping Flesh, which that looks like a really stupid film, but it might be interesting. It's got a skeleton, human skeleton, on the table there. So we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and take this one out. We'll see what. And this is, I can tell this is probably a Max L. Nope, this is a BASF tape. So this is another BASF. How can you tell? Well, the back design. Only BASF had a tape that was designed like that. Like that big square patch. That is very famous on BASF tapes. Now, some were made in the USA, some were made in Germany, and that one said made in USA. So the parts came from Germany, but they put it together in the US probably. Then we've got, and now the screaming starts. So I think this is a very, very old film. And The Fly is not really a horror film, but we're gonna include them. So we have The Fly. This is the original. Come on, camera, focus. This is the original 50s, I think 58 was when this came out. This is a Fuji. And then we have The Return, which for some reason this one was done in black and white. Don't know why. But this one is a Sony. This might even have the logo. Doesn't have the logo right there, but that's usually where they put it, is right in this area. So right by where my thumb is here. That's usually where they put the. But this is a Sony, just by the design of the tape, and the leader is red. Well, it's supposed to be red, but I think because somebody was a chain smoker, and it's turned the red into a different color, kind of a yellowish kind of, turned yellow. But this has got Vincent Price in it, and the other one has Jeff Goldblum in it, and they made a number 2 as well for the one with Jeff Goldblum, or Goldblum in it. He was in this one, and this is a Sony. Yep, it's a Sony, and made in Japan. This one, this cassette was made in Japan. Alright. And we have, we're gonna just put these back up here so we seen the center stack. Now we're gonna look at a couple of really hard to find titles. Oh, there's another one here that we're gonna look at. Okay, first one we're gonna look at here, Graveyard Shift, and this one is, I believe, 1990 or 91 is when this is Graveyard Shift. It's a scary film, supposedly. Don't know how scary, but hey, we'll find out. I don't think I've seen this one before, so it'll be a first for me, but there we go. We've got Graveyard Shift, and we've got it on a Sony cassette. This is the gray Sony cassette. And this one is a rare one. Now here's, we'll look at that one in a minute. Night of the Living Dead. This is the 1990 version. All new 1990 theatrical version. And this one has a label missing. So the top label is missing, but it still has the label on the side that's still there, at least. At least it still has one label on it. I wasn't going to buy it because it had a missing label on top, but when I seen that this was the only one, and I've been looking for this film on beta for a long time and never have found it, and finally found it. So yeah, I'm gonna buy it. And there's the back. And this has got the beta sticker. It's got the hi-fi stereo. As you can see, it's probably got linear stereo as well as the hi-fi. Some of the movies, pre-recorded movies, some of them had the linear stereo, and then they had the hi-fi stereo as well. So if you had a VCR that was able to play back the linear stereo, but maybe it wasn't hi-fi, but at least if it could play back the linear stereo, that was better than mono. So, and this one's pretty rare. So here's another one that is hard to find. Now this one's not really rare, but it's just hard to find. Poltergeist number 3. Yeah, this is the third movie. I didn't even know they had 3 Poltergeist movies, but they did. And this one I found. I have the first 2. I do have Poltergeist 1 and 2. And this one is number 3. And this one is on a Sony cassette. As you can see, it's got the beta sticker on the side there. And you've got a sticker on top. They did not put stickers on the sides. A lot of the movie companies only put a sticker on the top. But a lot of times there was no sticker on the side, or sometimes it would have the ink printed on the side of it, of the cassette. So now we'll go with the normal, regular videos. Now we have, this is Five Goes West, An American Tail, Five Goes West, and this film we had, I had on, my dad bought it on VHS back in the 80s, or maybe it was the 90s. I think it was the early 90s. So I think the original one, the first movie, was 80s, but I believe this one was like 92. So this would have been the early 90s, mid 90s when my dad bought this. I think he bought it when it first came out, but yeah, he got it on VHS, and now I have it on beta. So pretty cool, pretty rare, pretty hard to find. And let me show you what the label looks like. Usually from this time period, they just started using VHS labels and sticking them on the beta tape, but in this case, it's got an actual label for beta. So it's got a beta label. And yes, this is a Sony cassette, and they used a gray leader instead of a red one. They used a gray leader. Because this was one of the last generation gray Sony tapes. Of course, you've got the little adapter in there, the slip cover. Now this was opened up and it was sealed, and it came with a styrofoam one, and I found a paper one divider thing, and or the slip cover, that cardboard adapter, whatever you want to call it. And I had one, and I put it in because I thought it was better than the styrofoam. So then we have we're gonna put that right over there. Then we have some Mr. Magoo classics, library classics. So we got the Three Musketeers, and then we've got the label, and this is on a Sony cassette, and we've got the that one was the Three Musketeers. This one is Sherlock Holmes, and then the second one is Dr. Frankenstein. These are good ones. I like these ones. So that's pretty cool. And we have Ghostbusters 2. I did do a video on this. This one is it's a used copy. It's hard to get. It's really, really hard to find this on the beta format. Ghostbusters 2 on beta is extremely rare. And yes, this was a previous rental, but it is still in really good condition. So this movie plays back perfectly all the way through without any issues. And if you're going to play back a tape that is this rare and this hard to find, make sure you're putting it in a beta machine that's not going to eat the tape. Because I know how to fix beta machines, I don't have to worry about that. But if you're wanting to watch your beta tapes, make sure you've got a machine that's not going to eat the tape before you put an expensive tape in like this. Because this one was expensive. I think it was like $100 and some. I don't know. It was in the $100 range. Maybe it wasn't in the $100 range. Maybe it was less, or maybe it was more. I can't remember. I can't remember what I paid for this, but I know it was expensive. So we've got 3 Disney films. Now we've got Davy Crockett, which this one's kind of worn out. Doesn't look like it from looking at the case, but yeah, this one's got some wear and tear on it. And it's a Maxell, and it's kind of starting to wear out, so I'm going to have to get a different copy, but yeah, on an L430. And then there's the back. But Disney used a lot of Maxell and Sony tapes. That's what I liked about Disney. They used quality tapes. It was quality when they made the covers and the artwork, and it was quality tapes that they put their films on. Now we have Old Yeller, which I have a brand new sealed copy of this film. So this one will be probably going up for sale. If anybody's interested in it. And this one's on a Sony cassette. And it's Old Yeller Disney L370 1210 of 85. Wow. December 10th of 1985. That's when this was put out on tape. Cool. And then we have the one of the most rarest of all. This is even more rare than the Lion King Disney that I have. And I found probably 3 Lion King Disneys. So if you're searching for the Lion King on beta, just keep looking, because I actually found 3 of them within the last few years. So, you know, I think I've got another copy of it, but I don't remember. Fox and the Hound, and this is on a Sony cassette. This was the last generation Sony cassettes. It's got the silver leader on it. And but anyway, that one is rare, so we will go ahead and put these over here, and we'll go ahead and start getting these put over here. And I'm very happy that I was able to find these 3 films here. These 4 films are really awesome. There's some good films. So the last row that we're gonna go through. So this is the last row we're gonna go through. We're gonna go. This is Harry and the Hendersons, and this one is on a Max L, and this is, whoops, on a very high grade tape. And the darker, if you guys don't know, the difference between a standard grade tape and a high grade tape is the high grade tapes are usually a dark, really dark color. The standard grade tapes are usually a lighter color, almost like a brown color, you know. And the high grade tapes are usually a black color, a dark black film. So tape, videotape. So this one's on a this one I had to tape it. Use some Scotch tape to put the side label back on because it wouldn't stay. I even used Elmer's glue and it wouldn't stay, so I just got frustrated with it and slapped a piece of Scotch tape across it. That way it would stay on. But there we go, Harry and the Hendersons. And is this on an L500? Yeah, more than likely on an L500. And looky there, guys. The tab has not been pushed. Oh boy, we better pop that tab out because we don't want that. I do not want that tab to be in there because I don't want to accidentally hit record over my... There we go. We'll do that. I could have swore that thing went down inside there, but yeah, it did. Well, we'll fish it out later. Yeah, it kind of went down inside there, but we'll fish it out later. Yeah, anyway. At least it can't be accidentally recorded on. I have found factory tapes like that where the tab has not been pushed. And I always, if I see that, I pull the record tabs out. Because I definitely don't want to accidentally hit record on a pre-recorded movie. Out of Africa, Meryl Streep and Robert Redford. And this is on, I think, this is actually on a TDK. Not all of the TDKs showed both windows. Some of the TDK tapes, especially the early ones, looked like a normal beta tape. But this is a TDK, so it's on a good quality tape. I know you guys like to hear what kind of tape has been used, what brand of tape's been used, and here we have some Reynolds that I picked up. This was in a lot of some Reynolds, previous Reynolds tapes. I took some of the stickers off, trying to get this one out. This one's hard to get out, but this has got a, we'll put the camera down. There we go. And it's on a Sony and L500. There's the side. This one's okay. It plays back fine. The cover is wear and tear. I've got another copy of this, so I'm going to keep the best copy. So the best copy that I have is the one that I'm going to keep. But or maybe I'll just keep both of them. I don't know. And then we have a stupid movie. This is a George Lucas film, Howard the Duck. I seen the movie trailer for it, and I thought, that is the stupidest thing I ever saw. So I'm like, yeah, this isn't even worth watching. But this is on a Maxell cassette, and hey, it's not even rewound. It's been played as sometimes you'll get these rentals that the person didn't rewind it and hasn't rewound it since the 80s. And, you know, some people will buy them like that and never be able to rewind them because a lot of people that have these beta tapes don't even have the players to play them back. And we've got Easy Rider. I'm not sure. I'm not into biker videos at all. It was just happened to be in the lot that, but we can take it out here. Put the camera down just so one more time. And this has got a Scotch, and you can see the Scotch logo there. So not worth watching, but we have it anyway. And we have Smokey and the Bandit #3, which was the stupidest movie ever. They never should have made a #3. It was completely stupid. The only good part about this film was the beautiful topless women that were on the beach. And that was the only good thing about this whole movie. So, yeah, they should have stopped at Smokey and the Bandit. They never should have made sequels because, or prequels or sequel, whatever the hell they call them. Oh, hey, this one's not rewound and it's on a Scotch. That one was not. I don't think this one was a rental, so that one's probably still playable. And we have Taxi Driver and a very young Robert De Niro. A very young Robert De Niro. And how the heck do we... Oh yeah, opens on the side here. And some Maxell. Good quality tape. I played this movie. It played perfectly all the way through, as most Maxell cassettes do. I don't like the side opening ones. I'd prefer the ones that come out the bottom. Here is Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein. Now this could be watched this month because it being Halloween and all. It's not a scary film by any means, but it does at least have some of the original actors. But this one's got Bela Lugosi, and what's the other guy's name? The guy that played the Wolfman. Lon Chaney Jr. That's who I'm thinking of. This is on a Maxell or Sony? Sony. Yep, it's a Sony. Yep, it's even got the Sony logo on there. Oh, no it don't. No it don't. It just says Made in USA. But, yep, that's a Sony. Plays good, too. Played that a couple times. So, some of these I don't even like. Don't even want. But they came in the lot, so we're going to show them. And they're in my collection. Am I going to watch this one? Probably never. But another one that hasn't been rewound. And it looks like it's got specks of mold on it. So we'll have to clean this tape and show you how to clean the beta cassettes. And we'll do it using a Sanyo, because the Sanyo doesn't thread it around the heads until you hit play. So we can put this in the Sanyo and hit fast forward and rewind with a Q-tip with alcohol on it, and we can clean the tape and we can get the tape to where it'll play. So this tape probably won't play because it's got a little bit of mold on it. I don't know to what extent how bad the mold is, but it's not good anytime there's mold on a tape. Usually if there's a tape with mold on it, I'll clean the tape and then I'll just make a copy of the tape, because usually you don't want to put a tape in that's been cleaned, even though there's nothing wrong with it, but you can take a chance of getting the stuff on the heads and stuff. So you'd want to clean it, play it, copy it to another tape, and then throw the original away, because it's not a good idea to run tapes that have been cleaned. I mean, you can do it, but I don't like the idea of it. Here we have Willow, and from what I understand, this is actually kind of a hard movie to find on the beta format. So it's got a beta sticker there on the side, which that beta sticker is probably supposed to go on the side, and for some reason it got stuck on the back. Don't know what this one is about, really. And then we have one of my favorite movies of all time, The Wizard of Oz. So this was one of the first releases of this film, and this is not hi-fi stereo. I believe it just is the mono. Now, the beta sticker that was, or the beta logo that was printed onto the cover had peeled off. So I put a new sticker on there and I put beta on it, because this one's in rough shape. I mean, it's in pretty bad, sad shape. I mean, this one is not even really worth showing because it's in such poor shape. But the film itself is on a Sony and it plays perfectly. So I'm going to keep this. Like I said, some of them had the Sony logo on the corner, some of them did not. So, but the design of the tape and the fact that it's got a red leader, I know that this is a Sony cassette. So there we go, guys. That is all of the films that I have purchased within the last couple of months. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and you got to see these tapes. You got to see what the brand of the tapes were. You got to see all kinds of stuff that, well, frankly, stuff that I'm not even really sure I'm going to keep in my collection. Some of this stuff is like, nah, I don't like it. But, I mean, most of them are going to stay in my collection. There's only like a few of them that I may not keep, like Howard the Duck and the Willow and the one that has mold on it, Enemy Mine. Those I'm not going to keep. But, so some of the other ones I will, you know. But there's only like maybe 2 or 3 that I'm not going to keep. But the rest of them, yeah, I'm going to keep. So, but anyway, probably will watch Poltergeist 3 tonight. I might watch that train one tonight, or maybe later on in the week or something. And this is winding down at the end of the weekend, so this is Sunday, and it's the last day of the weekend, and sadly a new week starts. New work week starts, and looks like I'll be getting home later than I normally do, because I used to get off at 11:30, but I transferred to another school, and now I don't get off until 12:30. So it's going to be a long week for me. And it's a new route, so I gotta figure out, you know, how to get my route done. Those of you that don't know, I'm a janitor at night. I'm a Betamax guy during the day and janitor at night. Anyway, not that you guys really care, but that's it. See you guys later. We'll catch you in the next video, and I still gotta do a video on the laser discs that I picked up within the last couple months, and there's quite a few of them. So we will do a laser disc video as well. So we'll see you later. Bye bye.